live again.
Yes, we're live again, and I think it's actually working this time.
It is working this time?
Yes,
Yay!
yes,
Yeah, it wasn't working the last time. We were
yeah,
in the hiker hostel and there was very little internet. So we ate food and came back here and now we're sitting here. Yeah, drinking water.
yes. I think we're public.
Yes, we're good.
Uh, Give everybody a chance to get in here, so I don't want to waste too much time.
No, we just want to give the message. I want
Yes,
muffins, blueberry, homemade blueberry
yes, you
muffins.
made homemade blueberry muffins. Yes, and uh,
We don't want to film the sky, do we?
yes, she's helping me on the angle. Oh, we got somebody here. Hey, hey, I hope you can hear us this time. We're here because we said we would answer questions about the Day of Destruction and what starts this evening. It's already started in Israel because they're 7 hours ahead of us, so it's already started there. But actually, what we heard, today with Russia with its bombers bombing the brand new Patriot systems we were unloading in Ukraine. I think things have changed. You know, the Day of Destruction is the day World War One started, World War Two started. Both temples were destroyed. Several other bad things that I can't think of. I mean, I believe Yeshua was born on that day, so that's a good thing. So
And if you want to figure out which day Day of Destruction is on, you can go to Chabad.org and go to date conversion, 9th of Av, and into the Gregorian, and then you know it's different every year. So yeah, a lot of things happen on the Day of Destruction, and we think maybe this time it's gonna be super interesting.
yes, I mean we already get Russia bombing the new Patriot missile things that we just delivered to Ukraine.
But I do believe that you know the Day of Destruction is like the day before, and then the actual day and the day after. So I think that a lot of the things that are happening now might lead to very interesting things in the next 24, 27 hours. But
Yes,
I
yes,
hope I'm
exactly.
wrong.
Yes, we hope we're wrong. I mean, we've been screaming this for how many years now?
5 decades between the
Five,
two of
five,
us.
5 decades between the two of us. That now's the time. Now we're coming. Thank you, Mara.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You talk, baby.
Yes, now's the time. We've been screaming it, for all these decades, and now it's come around, and it's actually coming to when we said things would happen. Okay, yes, we're not taking credit. We want y'all to activate. Get ready, because things are changing. Be ready, be prepared. That's why he has these days like Tisha B'Av, so you know if war is going to start, it's going to start on that day. I mean, it's obvious. If war is going to start, it's going to start on that day, and which is coming up on this evening, or if it actually didn't
It's actually
already.
tomorrow, but it starts in the evening the day before.
Yes. So
So it would be interesting the whole day tomorrow.
yes, yes, and the moon looks interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if you all see this, but the moon is over there. We just had a lunar Shabbat yesterday.
Yes.
So anyway,
Yes. So day of destruction. So if war started. It's probably going to start because, I mean, even today, Root and I, we can't go to the grocery store and buy food because we believe that bioengineered eating bugs is unclean for us. You know, the Bible says don't eat bugs. So, so we can't eat bioengineered. So, and every single thing on the counter is bioengineered now. I
even
mean,
grits.
even grits.
I don't know how they get bugs in
They're
grits.
replacing cows. We know a stem cell researcher who says that they grow a third of the beef in for the South.
Yeah,
I didn't even know they were doing
in
that
in facilities,
in
not
facilities.
like from cows. No.
Yes, yeah, not from cows. And
Mhm.
when we drove across the USA, we didn't see any cows.
Oh, we saw two small flocks. We
Yes,
see more cows here in Alabama than we did from Alabama to Vegas or
yeah.
Vegas to Bama.
When we went through Texas a long ways, we saw one ridiculous cow farm, but we won't talk about that.
So, and also, if you go and look to our songs and our previous videos, we have a lot of hints in those about what is about to come.
Yes.
but we don't want to kind of like be negative or scare you, because we know it's kind of like it has to happen, and it's just a brief little blip in history.
Yes.
But it's a very important little blip. You need to be prepared. You need to learn how to listen and to focus on the main source.
Yeah, which
It-
is
Mhm.
God.
Yes,
It's
which is also in us.
yes.
Hmm.
Yes, you need to keep your eyes on God and keep what's going on, because things are going to get bad, and a lot of us are going to die, and it's okay. It's okay, but you die. See, that's the cool thing I tell everybody. If you die in service of God, you straightforward, no
Yep.
judgment, you're straight to heaven, you're slapping hands, high fiving, I made it, I done it. Yes,
First
so
class martyr.
first class martyr. You made it. You died. So work for God, no matter what it takes. Do God's work. Don't let this world, the evil that's coming. There's an evil coming that's going to overshadow the whole earth, and
And
you won't even know it when
mhm.
it comes over you.
And it's going to try to come from within you. So when you feel things that are going on inside you, just be aware that when it rains in the spiritual, it doesn't just rain on one person, and that you can just put up your umbrella, because you can't fight it, and just focus on what's life giving.
I hope nobody's live chatting. I mean, somebody say hello so that
Feast of Tabernacles, Lisa said. Yes, what about the Feast of Tabernacles?
Feast of Tabernacles.
Yes, very interesting question.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. That's we're inviting everybody here for a Feast of Tabernacles. Of course,
And we
we
believe the
believe that
gathering is
the
for,
Great
yeah.
Gathering is starting my birthday to love, the day of love. Of course,
Of
you know,
course.
uh, the Great Gathering is going to start, and then we're going to leave on the second Exodus at Tabernacles.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
So, Lisa, if you want to come over and hang with us and then feast tabernacles with us, we will probably be doing it in sukkahs out in the wilderness this time.
yes.
For real.
We've been practicing, so we know what we're doing.
Yeah.
So that's the thing, the due diligence. We tried to say that before, the due diligence. We've been practicing. We know how to survive out there.
Ish. Yeah.
Yes, ish, yes. With everybody else's help. So
And with the dogsies.
yes,
Yes.
with our wolf pack.
Yeah, with a
Yes.
wolf pack.
So
So,
anyway, this evening starts the day of destruction. So World War III probably started, uh, you know, when the, sometime today, uh, when Russia bombed our new Patriot.
Lisa said he showed me today a hint, 737, the beginning of the verse. Is that Revelation 737 or?
Beginning of the verse. Oh, yeah. Please tell us. Is that the beginning of the verse that you're? I mean, what verse? 737. Yes, 737. I'm curious. Revelation 737. Yes, I'm really curious. Ezekiel 737. We've been Daniel
Or
737.
Jeremiah? There's a lot in there in Isaiah.
Ezekiel 737. Oh my goodness.
Daniel, yeah.
Daniel.
Daniel 5, 7, and 7:12, was it that?
It was
Something like that.
725.
So it's also interesting to see how the Spirit leads us to prepare. And I'm thinking, it's like the rapture is one thing that we're not going to talk about, but we do believe that there is going to be interesting times. But we
Yes.
also do believe in a remnant that will actually be gathered by Yah himself from all the four corners of the earth, because he said and he promised he would do it when the sins of Jacob's were paid in full. And so I think we're getting there. And that is so cool, because we just need to listen and to be aware and alert. But we do believe that there is a greater gathering, and
Yes.
that you're all welcome to come here, because we have prepared for this.
Yes.
So, yes.
And like the great gathering, he's going to take us and give us great wings of eagles. Yes, that's something.
John! Yes. Is it First John or John? John says, in the last test, the great day of the feast, Yeshua stood and cried, saying, yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So
There's
so
nothing
we
new under the sun.
nothing new under the sun.
Of course, we'll
So
be sukkah this time
yeah,
too.
when we start the second Exodus, it'll be on Sukkot again. So it's obvious. The wise shall understand, because there's nothing new under the sun, and you're absolutely right, Lisa. That's
Yeah.
we agree with you. So yeah, the great gathering will begin around we believe to my birthday, my redemption. Of
Mhm.
course, my redemption tied to the great gathering and the Exodus, second Exodus also. So my redemption, they're all tied together. So that's why I know they're all at the same time, because for my redemption to come true, it has to be the great gathering, and then and so on and so on. But he does these things in cycles, just like he does one thing that causes a chain reaction, like he did the volcano in the last Exodus. I know we're having volcanoes that blow up all over the world, but all that volcano had a chain reaction that caused all these different plagues and everything that to happen, and it even ended up dividing the waters.
Yeah, because of the tsunami effect. When the big earthquake hit back then, it was over by Santorini, and the water drew back before the tsunami hit.
Yes.
So that's how they crossed over back then. And we're seeing like interesting things this time too. We know that the Earth is going to move with the tectonical plates and everything and change its whole concept. So it's going to be
Yes.
so interesting.
Yes, and right now, what you're feeling, my people, what you're feeling is the changing. We're changing, actually physically changing. Let me hold this for a
Yeah,
little bit.
just mosquito bites. Yeah,
Yes.
Lisa says that if any man thirsts, to come unto me. And so the interesting thing that to thirst, it's interesting because the well, the water with the well, is the same as to imagine. Oh, I cannot think, Daniel. My mosquitoes. Oh, just talk for a second.
Yes, she,
This is horrible.
yes, she says,
I get
if any
it.
man thirsts, yeah, yes. I mean, that's a good verse too. I mean, with the
Yes, we do believe that we have to have the living water, and that is through Yah and His Son. Yeah, we do agree with that.
yes, yes, we agree
And
with
that's
that.
kind of like the compass. That's how we find the way. But it's not being religious because these last days, science and religions are going to go like this because I've been saying
Yeah,
this for so
quantum
many
physics.
years.
Yes, quantum
The
physics.
quantum entanglement, y'all, the
Frequencies,
AI.
frequencies. Yes, we.
Did you know that we also have a kind of like a one mind, one theme, like with when you have the awakening? So we actually kind of like share the vibes, well. But it's just important to understand this one thing, that your light that you have, it's like I see the light over people, but that light is actually the life of Yeshua, the salvation. So together, when we are quantum entangled with the pure epicenter of God's energy, then we have the light that will blow and blast everything, and then we will be so multifold in the energy that they will see it and they will feel it and they will
Yeah,
know.
when we start coming together and as we talk about, Yeshua, every time he healed somebody, he did it with his sponges of mind, which is your belly,
Compassion.
your compassion in your belly. Can you imagine when we're all to get together and we all pray, that chosen ones, the God's people, we all get together and pray, literally.
And
There
it's
ain't
just going
nothing,
to be normal.
nothing's
When
gonna
we
stop
gather,
us.
we're going to be not normal, but we're going to have superpowers and we're going to function together.
And great wings of eagles.
Yes, it's going to be so
I don't know
beautiful.
what that means, but hey, we're going to have some great wings of eagles. And we'll understand, go, oh, that was it. That's what they were talking about, the great wings of eagles. Anyway, well, Root's getting eaten up by mosquitoes, so
Yeah, they love me.
yes, that's
Yeah.
too sweet, I guess.
Yeah, too much carb. I'm a carb monster.
Yes.
That's what happens when you're vegetarian
So
and
we're
go all carb.
so we're gonna get off here, and we hope y'all get ready for the day of destruction, because it's coming, and if God's going to do something, it's going to be now. And the first place He comes to His
Own.
own.
Those who do not want to do good and be good, and are in that other person, your salvation is actually with the other person, and what you do to him is actually what is going to happen to you. So it's kind of like, just simple math here. Just be good and do good, but be very alert about what's going on. And when you pray and meditate, just listen to what he says.
Yes, this, yes, and all right, we're gonna get off here now. It's oh wait, Lisa said something again.
I asked Yeshua, Jesus, we call him Yeshua, it's the same. I asked Jesus back in 2018 for rapture dream. Not what I thought. Instead, there were anti-aircraft guns firing up into the air from my left side. I remember the shock I felt to know it was armor and I saw two bombs falling, and I saw mushroom clouds in the distance. Yeah, Daniel said that years
Mm.
ago. We were doing a live stream, and he
Yeah.
was talking about like he had a vision where he saw three nukes going off or three bombs. It could have been volcanoes,
One
but
of
he
them.
thought it was three nukes. And the day after, New York City issued a warning to its citizens. This is how you do it, and during a nuclear thingy. So
Yes.
yeah, we know there's going to be nukes. We know that Florida is going to be bye bye. We know we're going to move north. We know that Yellowstone is going off. All these things, yeah. And when it comes to rapture, it's like when a lot of people turn into heavenly bodies at once,
Yes.
and the martyrs under the throne. Well, it's kind of like, yeah, we get raptured into the heavenlies, but actually here you die.
Yeah, you die.
But there's going
That's
to
right.
be a remnant, and if you go to the Hashaman, the heavens, then good for you. You get to live another day up there, or actually down here, just in another parallel dimension. But hey, the big crowd of witnesses is there to help
Yes.
us and through your DNA. So you are actually the ultimate survivor and responsible person for your
Generation.
generation in these days. It's so exciting, and which means
Yes.
all of the
You
things
get
that
to
have
cure
been
your whole
downloaded
generation.
in the DNA from your ancestors, you are able to access now.
Yes.
You're going to get superpowers.
Yes.
So, when it comes to the rapture, we do believe that there's a remnant going to be left
Hmm.
that are going to rebuild Jerusalem. And it's kind of like
Well,
different.
Revelations 12, 14, it says, in Daniel 7:25, it says that he's going to hide you in his tabernacles for 3.5 years and nourish you there before the end. So I don't know when the rapture comes in, and we're going to go 3 years, 3.5 years into the wilderness, and then come back and be raptured, I
I
guess.
can't see.
Uh,
Just pray for my daughter's like you're holding your hand in front of
that's how I won't just holding.
it.
Please pray. Yes,
We will pray
yes,
and also pray for my family in Norway because we believe Europe is very close to
yes. Europe's
going
calling.
very dark. Yeah,
Yes, yes. So we have to.
just open your eyes.
Yes, get ready to gather together. You know, that's
Get
if
out of the cities.
yes,
Get out of the Truman Show.
if you haven't been raptured by my birthday, then you're not going to go for 3.5 years. So you might as well gather together.
I can read what she says, baby.
Here.
Okay, she says, part of my dream was I went back in the house to save her and missed rapture. Well, we believe that you won't miss the rapture. If you want to go, you can go, and you'll be okay with that. But we have said for many years now that we want to be left behind. We want to miss the rapture because we want to stay here and fight for you all. Because some are going to be left behind, and we're going to be there. But we're also having to walk for.
We've been trained our whole lives for this time. I mean, if y'all want to go, y'all can go. We don't say that.
Yeah,
We
don't get
God
back.
is God let us know that we need to stay by and save as many as we can.
Yeah.
So it's what we've been trained for. So don't think ill of us or think bad of us.
We just want to
But
bring you all back home.
we just want to bring y'all back home.
Yeah.
So
In the middle of everything.
yes.
So Holy Spirit said that don't go back into the house, and we have a song called Shadow about that. You're absolutely right, Lisa.
Don't go back in the house. When you're called, you move. I've been telling everybody this for this whole count now. Get up, get ready, pay attention to what God's doing. If you feel it, you feel this in your spirit, pay attention to what He's doing. Get ready to gather together because our gathering, He's going to shine through us in our redemption, and that's going to be His glory. The whole world's going to see it and know and say, in Scripture again, it's going to say, that had to have been God that done that.
But it's not easy, because basically it says that. Should I say? Should I say kind of like that? Yeah, the enemy will have full control over all God's people in the end days for a long time, and only the ones that are kept.
After with the 3.5 years we've been
Yeah.
nourished in the wilderness. So we're going to go train in this super boot camp, which for 3.5 years, which is awesome. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And then we'll be ready.
Yeah.
So,
We will be hunted, but it's going to be fun
yes.
because we're also hunters.
So we're here to fight for those that
the children.
And the
Distruction, do you have any final words? He kept asking, are you ready? I'm coming to get you. Also, he has said, come up hither.
yes. Well, that's okay with us. I mean, that's the glory of God. You know, if that's what He chooses to do, then that's what He chooses to do.
But we also believe that the New Jerusalem will be actually like a living city of life, a walking city of life. Because when we are together, where two or three are gathered, like, you know, the Ruach HaKodesh will be there with us in our midst. And it's
Yes.
kind of like going to be like a heaven on earth.
And all of Israel coming back together and all that scripture. How can that happen if we're not here? So if some of you are going to go, a quarter of the world is going to be killed.
Yep.
Okay, there's
Or
your
raptured.
rapture.
Yeah.
Killed. Well, you're going to be killed.
Yeah, but then they're going to go into the heavenly form,
Change,
which is the rapture.
Yes, change
Kind of
after
like a
you die.
rapture.
Yes,
Yeah.
after you die, then you'll be changed,
Yeah.
and then you'll go face judgment. And so,
We all will face judgment.
unless you die for the name of die in God's name, you get a free ticket.
Yeah. I think these are days where I have extreme fear of God, but I also have extreme gratitude for life. It's interesting holy days.
It is.
So I'm getting it up now.
Yes.
Oh, the lights are going.
Yeah, so we're gonna head
I'm
in.
gonna get my repellent, homemade repellent.
Yes, yes. So we're gonna get up here. I hope we what is outside a dream.
Outside a dream, I came back, but I don't know what for. Oh, well, there you go.
There you go. You came back. You came back to speak against the. If we're all gone, let me. It's a couple of things just to make sense. If we're all gone, who's going to speak against the Antichrist? It's going to be me.
And who's going to be the remnant?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why
a remnant?
Why a remnant?
Yeah,
yes.
why a remnant? Yeah. Anyway.
So y'all been trained. The ones that have been trained for this, you know it. You know you're ready to go. You're ready to go. We're ready to be used. We're ready to be activated. We feel the Spirit. We feel the Spirit pulsing through us.
Matter about the rapture? I mean, either you go with God now or you go with God later, but the important thing is to go with God. You should not go with yourself and the I and the egocentric living and mindset. You have to care about God.
You have to be clean. If you want to be Yeshua's sacrifice to the Father, I mean the perfect thing, Yeshua's present to the Father, then you need to be clean. I'm sorry, you need to be clean. You don't need to be eating unclean. You need to keep the feast.
Or speaking unclean.
Or speaking unclean.
Especially do not
yes,
speak
if you want to be Yeshua's offering to the Father, then you better be clean. There's no ifs and buts.
I'm itching in the mosquito bite. Yeah.
Yes, yes, but we're getting out here. We love you, and we'll catch you tomorrow when I'm on day 5. Yay. Yay. I don't know.